Good morning, everyone. How are you? How's your week? How's your mood? So I'm waiting for all your comments. Tell me more about your summer holidays. And today, our topic is personal growth project. So that means that we will start talking and planning our project together. And your home task will be to complete the presentation and upload your project on the link that I send you later. So first of all, let's look at our plan that we have for today. We will start with choosing ideas for the project. You will have some of them and you may choose the better for yourself. Next one, progressive transformation mirror. So this is a technique and you will find out more about it. Then setting a SMART goal, developing an action plan, and project presentation. I'll tell what you need to present this, and then we will discuss it next lesson and share with each others. So your project can be about one of the following topics. The first one, a new skill you want to learn, a new experience you want to get, an old weakness that you want to transform into a strength, and a big dream that you want to come true. So think about it and choose one of the topics that you would like to work on. I will talk in general and you will try to collect all your ideas for one definite topic. Christina, I've got your message. I'll check it after the webinar and answer you in private messages what was wrong with this lesson. So have you chosen a topic for yourself? You can write it down not to forget somewhere. Okay, so one more time. A new skill you want to learn, a new experience you want to get, an old weakness that you want to transform into a strength, and a big dream that you want to come true. Okay, good. So now progressive transformation mirror, I'll promise to tell you about it, yeah? So let's look into the slide first and let's see how it works. Progressive transformation mirror is a specific goal setting and mindset changing technique. Progressive transformation mirror can be used to develop a growth mindset, stay motivated, believe in your own efforts, and transform your problems, weaknesses, or obstacles into your goal. So the main aim of it is transforming something you can't do into achieving your goals. So the first thing is, imagine there is some situation in your life which is a problem or an obstacle or something you consider to be your weakness. Yeah, here on the slide you can see this black dot, which is called problem, obstacles, or weakness. So then we have three factors from it. There are some conditions or some factors that actually make the situation negative or problematic. So first we have to identify and describe those factors. Now, let's imagine that the problem, obstacle, or weakness that we are working on reflects in an imaginary progressive transformation mirror. And now it has become a goal with the reflection. At the same time, the factors of this problem, obstacles, or weakness have become the tasks to fulfill in order to achieve the goal which is set. And also there are some following slides that might be as the example for you. This is how its general transformation mirror looks like. And now let's understand how it works. So this is the mirror, yeah, and the first one, problem, obstacle, weakness. So the problem that someone might help, yeah, it's extra weight. There are some factors why we have this extra weight. We eat everything, so we do not follow the proper eating. It might be chips, yeah, it might be cola, for example, fruits, ice cream all the time without any control. Second factor, I eat at night. So sometimes, yeah, when we do not get enough nutritious products during the day, we want to eat at night, and it's not a good idea. And then third factor, I don't do sport. No activities at all, that is lead to extra weight. What might be our goal? Definitely lose weight, yeah? Also, we need 3 points or 3 tasks how we can do. If we work with the first factor, I eat everything, the goal might be develop a healthy diet. So decide what you will eat, how and when. Then, I eat at night. Develop eating schedule. Yeah, or schedule, you can pronounce it differently. So here, when you have your timetable, yeah, you understand that you have breakfast, dinner, lunch, and snacks. So definitely when you eat just small portion during the day, there is no need to eat at night. You just don't want it. Then factor number 3, I don't do sport. Enroll to the gym. So it doesn't mean that it's obligatory gym, but any sport activities that you really like, playing tennis, football, or maybe just, I don't know, riding, skateboard, it's up to you. So for example, this is how our obstacle and goal looks like. Let's look another one. Here I'll show you the factors and you try to guess what the problem is, okay? So the first factor, I don't understand math. Second factor, I don't prepare for my test. And third, my math teacher doesn't like me. So how can we tell the problem or the obstacle that we have? So think about it a little bit and type your answers, because there are a lot of them, yeah, and you might think that all of them are problems, but there is something that connects all these sentences. So what is it? Now I'll show you the goal, yeah, improve my grades in math. Nikita, great guessing. Then task 1, find a tutor or mentor, practice before tests, and improve my relationship with the teacher. So let's look at the problem. I often fail my math tests. So the same as Nikita sent us, but marks or fail in the tests, yeah, the same. Okay. So here each of the factor, yeah, has its tasks. Next one. Factor 1, I don't plan. Factor 2, I don't have enough energy. And factor 3, I do a lot of favors. Favors, it's for example, when someone asks you, can you help? And you do it. So you don't want it, but okay. So goal, increase productivity. So again, think about the main problem that might be. Then what can we do with the tasks? I don't plan, you can learn how to plan and how to prioritize your activities. I don't have enough energy, plan some rest. Yes, the more you rest, the more energy you have, but there also might be balance because you might be tired just of having rest. And task 3, learn to delegate, yeah, giving this task to another person, and learn how to say no, because it's also important just not to agree when you don't want to do it, being ashamed that someone might be just insulted, but being able to say no. So what might be the problem? I don't have motivation. Okay, possible. But with motivation, it suits for the first and second factor. Yeah, what about third? Third, maybe not at all. So let's look what we have. Easy to go. Okay. So lack of time for everything. You spend a lot of time, yeah, and you don't have time for what you really want. Good. Now let's look at the following steps that we need to do. Depending on the options you have already chosen for your project, choose any problem, obstacle, or weakness that you face on your way. For example, acquiring a new skill, getting a new experience, transforming your old weakness into a strength, and making your big dream come true. So these are the points that we have here topics for the project at the beginning of our lesson. So now think or choose your weakness and problem. Remember, it must be one huge problem. Think about it, what it might be. For example, acquiring a new skill. The problem, yeah, new skill, it might be, let it be listening in a foreign language, no matter what it is. So what might be the problem or obstacles? I don't understand the accent the speakers use. I don't understand the words because I have not enough vocabulary, yeah? So any of the obstacles that might be. Or it might be, for example, getting new experience, you want to try jumping with a parachute. What might be the problem or obstacle? I'm afraid, yeah? So decide for yourself what you want and what weaknesses might happen on your way. So if you want, you can comment it here for us. If you don't want to share it for now, you can write down it somewhere for yourself. But remember that you need to complete your project and we will move from one point to another. It's better to send it and write it somehow, okay? So ready to move forward. Step 2. Use progressive transformation mirror technique to transform the problem, obstacle, weakness that you've chosen into a goal. Also, as I said before, you can complete this table either in your notebook, yeah, or somewhere on a piece of paper. And when you're ready, just tell me the factors, yeah, what might happen of this problem and obstacle. I'll share you this transformation mirror one more time. Yeah. So your task to define the problem, obstacle, or weakness you have, then 3 factors that prevent you, and goal. So pay attention that you start not from the goal, but from the problem. So can you send me some obstacles, problems that you might have? And let's discuss them together, what factors might prevent it. So, are there anything? Do you have any ideas? Have you chosen the topic? So send me plus if you decide what of the 4 topics you would like to make a project on. If you haven't decided yet, send me minus. I scared dark. Okay, so this is a problem on obstacle. So what are the factors that prevent you? So, for example, when a person afraid of something, yes, there might be the factor that happened before. So I had the same problem of being scared darkness when I was a kid. And the problem was because of the dog barking all the night. And just it was something terrifying for me. So it might be like the first factor, afraid of the dog who came at night and scared me. So maybe you had some your personal stories. I want to be a vegetarian, but a scared reaction of people. Okay, actually, if you really want something, you shouldn't be scared of others' reaction. So it's your decision and you can do it no matter what other people might say. Yeah, but there might be a problem, a huge problem, I think. It's your parents that might be agree or disagree. Yeah, if they are strictly disagree, so probably you had more obstacles, more problems because they won't allow you not to eat some of the products, but it depends, yeah? So if you want, don't be afraid of it, just do it. Okay, you have a problem with your Wi-Fi, unfortunately. So it also might be a problem, obstacles, yeah, but I think that we can't do anything with it, unfortunately, for now. Maybe just wait, and if these problems are quite often, you need to change your location or maybe the operator. Okay, thank you. I can see a lot of pluses, yeah, and Anna sent minus. So she hasn't decided yet. I can show you these topics again, yeah, acquiring a new skills, getting a new experience, transforming your old weakness into a strength, and making your big dream come true. So for example, when we've got I scare dark, it might be the topic as transforming old weakness into a strength. So given like a challenge here to spend 3 minutes in a darkness or something like this. So with small steps, you can move forward. I want to be a vegetarian. Yeah, it might be like getting a new experience. So you've never tried it, but you want. Why not? Okay, maybe you have a really big dream, such as become a professional, yeah, in one sphere. Either it's sport or maybe something else. Okay, I think that you might decide what you want, and now we will move to the next point. It's setting a SMART goal. You understand that you need to set a goal, yeah, for yourself, how you can reflect this obstacle, but this goal might be SMART. What does it mean? This, ideally speaking, each goal should be a mnemonic acronym. Yeah, acronym means that each letter means something. Giving criteria to guide in the setting of goals in any kind of personal or business development. So no matter what you do in what sphere, all your goals should be SMART to be able to achieve it. Because sometimes people achieve their goal, but there is no satisfaction, no happiness. And this happens because our mind can't understand that, yeah, we finally did it. It's just like a process, smooth one. And you might be even unhappy, yeah, or sad that each time you can't achieve this goal, but you just do not pay attention to it. So SMART goals, the principal advantage of it is that they are easier to understand and know when they actually have been done. Here, you might see, yeah, setting a goal. Do you have any ideas? So what letter S might be for setting a SMART goal? So it might be a word that starts with S and it connects with goal. What is it? So how can you describe a good goal? It might be the word starting with S. Are there any ideas? Okay, so it might be specific. Specific, which means that you must target a definite area for improvement. So know for sure what area you want to work on. Then M. What might be M for? M, yeah, Anna, specific, you're quite right. M, do you know M? M stands for measurable, which means you must quantify or at least suggest an indicator of progress. So measure, we can measure the distance or measure the time. For example, if we're talking about time, I can decide that I want to achieve this goal in 2 weeks. I measured it. I give myself 2 weeks. Then maybe 1 year, yeah, if the goal is really hard, you also measured it 1 year. So Nikita suggested memory. Great suggestion, but no, not here. Okay, then A, measurable, yeah? Then we have A. What might A stand for? So I would like to say adequate, but it's not adequate. There is a little bit another word. What are your ideas? You can say just any random word that comes to your mind starting with A and connecting with goals. Are there anything? Okay, this one is achievable, which means you must state that results can realistically be achieved and given available resources. So, for example, if you set the goal and you understand that you can't achieve it, definitely you would be dissatisfied even since the very beginning, yeah? Or maybe you will try hard and you can't achieve it. So definitely something wrong with it. This goal is unachievable. For it not to happen, yeah, you should decide either it's possible or impossible to do it. Next one. R stands for result-oriented, which means that you must specify the actual result to achieve instead of describing the process. When we set a goal, I want to learn English. Is it result-oriented? Or is it a SMART goal? The idea is good, yeah, you have some great in it, but when you say that I want to know English perfectly, we might understand that it's unachievable because it's take a lot of time and it's just really, really hard. Then, as for result-oriented, you haven't decided what you want, either at least level, yeah, I want to be able to read texts of upper intermediate level or of intermediate level, or maybe I want to read 1 book in English, yeah, something like this. So oriented, yeah, result oriented, yeah, because it's R, not just O letter. Good. And the last one that we have, it's T. What do we usually have letter T for? It's quite obvious. I think you can guess it, at least the first word. When we set the goal, it's also close to measurable, a kind of synonym, but still. Okay, T stands for time, or in another word, time bound. Think. Think also great. Time limited, yeah. So time bound means that you must specify when the result can be achieved. So what is the difference between measurable and time-bound? So measurable, it's also when you're talking about the progress. How can you measure it? You can measure it with time, and you can measure it with mark, for example. If I want to pass an exam, yeah, I can get at least mark C. So C would be great for the beginning. This is measurable. I want to get mark B, also measurable. Yeah, if you want to lose some kilos, you can measure it in kilos. I want to lose 2 kilos, 3 kilos, something like this. Okay, good. Now we will look at some examples. And can you explain me either these goals are smart or not? And what should we add to these goals to make them smart if they aren't? Let's start with the first. Increase my income. Is it a smart goal? So probably not, yeah? With the goal, it's okay, but we need some details to add here. Is it specific? No, it's not, because when we're talking increase my income for specific, you need to add, for example, increase my income twice. And you know for sure that now you have, for example, $1,000, and if you increase it twice, you will have $2,000. So to be specific. Then measurable, can we measure it? Yes, we can. So for example, if you get $1,000, yeah, and in a week you will have just plus, for example, 50 cents. You can measure that it increased only on 50 cents. Then achievable, is it possible to achieve? In general, yes, but it depends on a situation, yeah, in which you are, where you work, where you get your income, either you invest in something. So in different spheres, we can see different achievable points. Then result-oriented. So here it is obvious, yes, that we oriented on the result, which might be clear. And time-bound. So when you want something, you need to set time limit. Increase it for half a year or maybe in a year. So here, all of it, we don't have it here. We have only the goal. The same as get a plastic surgery, buy a Porsche Cayenne, and lose 30 kilos. So for all of them, the goals are not SMART because some of them are unachievable or maybe not result-oriented, maybe not measurable. So it depends. Now I want you to reset your goal using SMART criteria. Set your goal in either present simple or future perfect. Completed one of the following sentences. Till, then you need period. For example, till the beginning of the August, till the end of the September. So you decide for yourself how much time would you give to yourself to complete your goal. And then I said, I am or I have. So you set your concrete goal. Then you can use by the end of the September, for example, I will have achieved or I will have done. This is already means that you send a period and you can't do it longer. So take your main weakness and reflect it into a goal. Okay, can you send for me at least the first part with the time period? How much time would you give for yourself to achieve your goal? Till what period or by the end of what period of time? So, for example, is it possible to achieve a goal in a day, in a week? How much time would you give? Okay, think about it, and I'll move forward. Developing an action plan. So to achieve something, definitely you need to use a plan or have at least some ideas how you will do it. Using the list of tasks you have identified with the help of progressive transformation mirror, develop a detailed action plan for how to accomplish your personal growth goal that you have set using a SMART goal setting technique. So ask yourself how, when, and where you will do everything it takes to achieve your goal. What help you and what resources you will use. I must look after my little bird. Interesting. So till the end of your period while you're still here. Oh, these are pictures. Quite nice. Great. Have you found this bird somewhere, or maybe you have their parents close to it? And what kind of bird? Do you know how it's called? By the end, I will finish 9 class in school. By the end, okay, I got it. Good. And in what class, in what form are you now? So how many years do you have? 1 year, 2 years, if it will be by the end of the 9th class at school. Yes, I have found. Nice. Good. So also ask yourself how, when, and where you will do everything it takes to achieve the goal. In the situation with a bird, we might decide that we need to feed a bird, somehow. Also, we can see that Nikita organized a place, where the bird might live. And what resources you may use. So as for resources, for example, you can read a book about the birds, what do they need and how you might help, or just ask someone who knows, or maybe you are quite knowledgeable in this sphere on your own. Okay, 2 years Elizaveta has. Good. So now you finish the 7th. Great. Awesome. So project's presentation. You should follow some steps. First of all, make a brief PowerPoint presentation to present your personal growth project to the class. So also I promised you to send the link. I'll share it now here in chat. And also I send you the copy with this link as I did previous time in our group, in chat. Just a second, I'll find the link. So here it is. I'll send you the comment. You can try to open this link. I'll do the same and share it for you. So this is the folder. There is anything yet. So you can get your presentation here. Also, don't forget about the your name, surname, and the title, of it somehow, what you would like to send us. Good. Now let's look more detailed what you should do. It's PowerPoint presentation, yeah. Then prepare to deliver a speech. If you don't want, you may just send the presentation with text and I will comment it. But it might be clear, not just pictures, but some text that I can read to understand what you've meant and how you set your goals. Or at least clear goals, yeah, if you just present a mirror, yeah, we can understand for the structure what it is. But it's better for you to deliver the speech. You can record an audio, so send the presentation, and also in this folder, send your audio. And I'll turn both audio and presentation, and we can observe and you tell it on your own. It would be just the perfect way. I would be really very interested to hear you personally. Then, be ready to answer the questions of your audience. During the next webinars, when we will discuss your projects, also you might get some questions, yeah, from the audience, and you might type and answer to them. Is the task clear? So if everything, but where our group? What do you mean? You mean the link where I will send it? So I have, for example, the messages to you personally and general chat. In general chat, I sent you previous time the link and now. So if you want, after the lesson, I'll send it in general chat. You check either you have it or not. If you won't, you may type me personally and I'll set again. But the link is the same as you might see here now in comments. Okay. Good. So if you understand the task, please send me pluses. If something is not clear, ask questions or maybe send minus. While you're doing it, let's look at the plan that you might need. There, as you can see, there are 5 slides. That might be the first one. What is your SMART goal? So first of all, it just like the title, yeah, the first one, tell your SMART goal. Better, you can start, for example, my goal is, what might it be? To read a book in English, and you say specific. Why is it specific? I will read definitely The Secret Garden book, for example. So then measurable, yeah, how can you measure? With page, I need to read 5 pages at least. Then achievable, is it possible to achieve or not? Result oriented and time bound. What are the problems, obstacles, or difficulties you can face on the way of your goal, and how you are going to overcome them? So here on the second slide, yeah, I repeat what you should do. So you should prepare PowerPoint presentation and upload it to the folder with the link that I sent you. I'll send it again to you in general chat. You can either make a presentation and type text there, and then I will present it on my own. Or you can record also audio to your presentation, and I'll turn on and you will be able to present it on your own. So how your presentation should look like. There might be 5 slides, yeah? The first one, your SMART goal. You decide what goal and add all the points for this SMART goal. Second, what are the problems, obstacles, or difficulties you can face on the way of your goal, and how are you going to overcome them? So this is our mirror, yeah, transformation mirror from problem into goal. On the third slide, what 3 things do you have to do in order to achieve your goal? So you can make it the same as I did. I can show it again. So, for example, in such way, yeah, you can put here problem, obstacles, factors, goals, or you can divide this. For example, on the white slide, you type 3 factors. On the next slide, it's goal and all the tasks that you need to achieve. So how you will organize, it's up to you. Just for me to understand where goals and where your difficulties, obstacles are. Then, slide 3. What 3 things do you have to do in order to achieve your goal? Then, slide 4. What help and resources will you need to achieve your goals? Where will you get those help and resources? So if it's connected where you might find videos, yeah, you can send a link to these resources. Maybe if you ask someone for help, you can, my sister, for example, she is best at this sphere and she might help me, something like this. Then slide number 5. How can your goal help your personal growth? So here I need at least 3, 4, 5 sentences. Just describe how you can see why is this goal important for you personally. So what will change after you achieve this goal? So you also need to think about it. And now we will watch a short video and then discuss it together. The video of Harvard Truths.
I feel so strongly that the reason I'm here is I dreamed big dreams. I dreamed the kind of dreams that other people said would not be possible. I'm also living proof. This isn't a Hollywood movie. I come literally from the other side of the tracks. If you saw where I grew up and we took a picture of it, the neighborhood, the setting, you say it's impossible that someone could come from there and get here. But it is possible. If you dream big and surround yourself with great people and leave your ego at the door and share success with others and have a little luck along the way, you can do anything. But there will be people along the way, and I remember this, who will say to you, you know, you're dreaming too big. It's not possible. Those things just can't happen. Don't allow anyone, friend, family, acquaintance, teachers, whoever it is, don't allow anyone to tell you that what you are dreaming for yourself and your family is not possible. It is possible. Don't be one of those people 20 years from now are going to be walking around in a 9-to-5 job, miserable and angry and bitter because you let your dreams get away from you because you did not believe strongly enough in yourself and what was possible. Don't allow that to happen. This is an unbelievable time. And I can't encourage you enough to continue to think that things are possible and that your dreams can come true.
So do you agree with Harvard Truths or not? So if you agree, send me letter A. If you disagree, D. Also, I want to know, either you had some dreams that others think that it's impossible, or maybe even you thought that this is impossible and I will never achieve it or get it. So do you have such kind of dreams? And was there in your life something that everyone told you, you will never get it, it's impossible, and then you achieved it? So if yes, what was it? So when no one told you that you will never get it, and then you finally achieved this aim or goal. So as for me personally, I had such thing when I was at the 9th form. I was thinking about entering the mathematics faculty or maybe physics. For the whole my childhood, all parents, teachers, everyone told me that I'm just good at mathematics and that my future will be connected with it. And then just after the ninth form in summer, I decided that no, I wanna be an English teacher. And it was really strange because no one expected it. And they told, no, you can't. So it's not for you. And there were a lot of progress, a lot of people who told me not to do it. But here am I, and I really did it. I finished the university. Yeah, I succeed no matter what happened. So that was my goal, aim, and I do not regret that I did this choice. Was there anything in your life that everyone told you that you can't do it? If yes, what was it? Or maybe you still have some hesitations about it. So while you're typing, I'll show you another slide. We will talk a little bit more about how to present your presentation. And the skills that are important for public speech. So are there any comments? Yes, okay, Nikita, you've told that yes, what was it? Can you share it with us? So if you don't want, you may not share. But if you share, we will be interested. So for a presentation, I want to pass the no. Okay, I'm sure that you will pass it definitely, but now there might be some difficulties, yeah, because since this year you need to pass 4 subjects and they are all obligatory, no matter what you choose. But there might be no problems if you covered the general program that you have at school, you will do it. So for your presentation, you might have persuasive speech. What does it mean, persuasive? Can you explain this in your own words? How can you understand this? So imagine you give a speech or a talk. What does it mean, persuasive speech? Are there any ideas? I can give you a hint. So for example, okay, first I read your comments and then I'll explain the word. I want to be a very famous designer of clothes, so everyone help me with it and say, you can do it, and I'm very happy about it. Yeah, that's nice that you have support and everyone believe it you definitely achieve it. It would be great and quite interesting sphere, yeah, where you can develop your skills. Awesome. So as for persuasive, when you ask your parents, for example, I need to go somewhere, and they ask you, why do you need it? And you just tell something to them, and they tell, no, it's not persuasive. I do not believe you. So persuasive means it's when your speech can motivate people and they believe you. Yeah, definitely. It's personal suggestion about something. With personal suggestion, I don't know. So, for example, for one person, it might be persuasive. For other, it's not. It might be. But usually, if you give persuasive speech, it might be for everyone. Everyone should believe it. Then, name some examples of a persuasive speech using real life situations. Have you heard anyone who gave a persuasive speech? Maybe you remember someone. It might be parents, for example, when they want you to do something and you've told me, why should I do it? I don't want. And they give you a very persuasive speech and you understand, okay, I have no choice, I should do it. Or maybe famous people, yeah, who just, I don't know, had their or run their own company, and you've listened to them and decide, okay, I want to be like him because and of some reasons. So who was the last person you remember who gave persuasive speech? Okay, for example, imagine that you are okay, you're under the trial. It means that there are lawyers, yes, someone committed a crime or stole something, and there is a lawyer who trying to convince a jury. Does he need to be persuasive? So if you think that this person should be or must be persuasive, send me plus. If you think that no, it's not obligatory, send minus. So a lawyer trying to convince a jury. Luther King, nice. So is it obligatory for a lawyer to give persuasive speech for a jury to convince them that this person haven't done the crime? Yes, okay. A politician asking people to vote for him or her. So how is it important with politicians, and will we believe them? I want to be IT specialist, but my friends say you can't do it, impossible for you, but I don't hear her. That's very nice that you don't hear her, because there is anything that is impossible. If you want it, you will achieve it. So I thought earlier that there are a lot of things that might be impossible, yeah, in life. But when you try, you understand that just a little bit knowledge in it and skills, and you can do just something incredible. So politician who ask to vote for them, how persuasive usually they are? Can you send me the number of percentage? So I'm sure that you do not listen to our politician's speech, but just guess or how it seems to you. Either their speech persuasive or not, and how many percents? 60, 70, just a number. A nurse persuading a patient to stop smoking. So usually people who persuade us not to smoke, how persuasive are they? And do you think it will help or not? 46%. Okay, 46 maybe because they prepared your speech. Yeah, it might work for someone, but people might understand that not everything is true. Okay. So there is no correct answer. Yeah, just your ideas. And you have approximately the same percentage of it. Great. Okay, what about people who persuade to stop smoking? Will it help or not? So if you think that saying not to smoke will help, even in persuasive way, send me yes. If you think that it won't help, send me no. Okay, let's move forward. and learn a little bit more about persuasive speech. Persuasive speech contains information to help people make a decision. It works to convince people to change in some way, the way they think or do something, or to start doing something they are not currently doing. This speech will be successful if at the end of it, the audience is willing to make the change that was suggested. So it is called that if you really want to change it after this speech and you catch some cool ideas, yeah, you understand why. So only in this case, it might be persuasive. All of you commented no, yeah, as for smoking. So the only way is just for a person just decide that I don't want to do it anymore. And in this case, it's possible to stop and no one can just say that you are unable to do it. So let's find out what makes it persuasive. Why are some speeches more persuasive than others? What do you think about it? What is the reason? So we can take, for example, the speeches of two politicians, yeah? You've told that all of them approximately 50 or 48% of persuasiveness. So what might be the difference for one politician being more persuasive than another? I think their actions, yeah, not only talking, but doing something. That is really that can persuade other people. Then, what is the best way to persuade people and prove that you are right? For example, you argue with your friend and your friend told me, no, you're wrong. And you disagree because you are sure that you're right. How can you prove it? What should you do? So sometimes if it's a kind of information, you can Google it, yeah, and show some researches, facts, and prove it. If it's something that you've done, you can show it. So this also the provements. So usually when you just talk, no one might believe you. Should you appeal to reasons or emotions to be more persuasive, and why? So this is really interesting question because somebody just want to have money, but another want to help your country. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Mostly all of them want just money, but there are people who really help. What about third one? Should you appeal to reasons or emotions to be more persuasive, and why? Here it might depend on the point which you express. If you are talking about something that happened in your life, yeah, you can say how you felt. And it definitely proves that you overcome it. You describe your experience. If it's like a kind of action, yeah, or maybe task project that you've done, reasons would help better. Does fear persuade? So, for example, when someone doesn't allow you to do it and tell you that you will have bad consequences. So, Nikita, you've commented for number 4, yeah? Does fear persuade? I think yes, but no. This is very interesting question, answer, and it's difficult to understand by it either yes or no. So it depends, I think, on a person. For someone, you might be really afraid because it might be not just the words, yeah, that someone told, but you understand that it might happen and you don't want it. it's persuasive. Or if you know that she's just telling that something bad happened, but in fact nothing, it might be not. Should you give both sides of the case when you are trying to persuade? So this is also up to you, but it's better. No, it's for third. Okay, sorry. Should you appeal to reasons or emotions to be more persuasive? Yes, no. So here you need to choose, yeah, reasons or emotions, not both. But both also possible, why not? So should you give both sides of the case when you're trying to persuade? Usually it's not a good idea, yeah, because it won't be persuasive. As when you just start counting others' points, because no matter what you do, there are benefits, yeah, advantages and disadvantages, pluses and minuses. And when you stick to another one, you can find more minuses, for example, or more pluses. So if you want to persuade someone, only stand on one, either on pluses or on minuses. But as a person, you might understand that they're both, and you can take any other opinions. So thank you for being today with me at this lesson. I want to finish with the quotation. Character may also be called the most effective means of persuasion. So it's only you and up to you how you will persuade a person. I also waiting for all your presentations, and I'm sure that they will be persuasive. Thank you and see you next time. Bye-bye.